love that beginning. When you hear that, you know to settle in for something good, something magical involving witches or fairies or getting lost in the forest, or at the very least, a life-changing encounter with an enchanted frog. I've been wishing for magic a whole lot these days. The ability to wave a spark-shooting wand and make the bad things all better. But when you think about it, magic alone isn't enough to carry the story. It's got to involve a journey, a deep learning on the part of our heroine. In some stories, there's a price to be paid for magic because magic can upset the natural order of things. And when you do that, you know there are going to be some serious consequences. Which leads us to right now, when our natural order is deeply upset, profoundly disturbed. Mama Nature's in need of a long vacation on a sunny beach with an endless supply of mojitos delivered up by cute, accommodating, and very talented pool boys. 1 minute into the show, and I am already digressing. Let me start again. Once upon a time, 65 million years ago, on a beautiful gem of a blue-green planet, there was a giant disaster, and many monstrous and wonderful creatures were wiped out forever. Well, not quite forever. Nothing goes away forever. Matter can't be destroyed. It just changes into energy, and that's what happened. They got absorbed back into the Earth and slowly changed into something nifty and useful and just a little bit dangerous. Once upon a time, 2,500 years ago, a man who was really angry about a war wrote a funny bawdy play about a group of women who end a war by refusing to have sex until the men quit fighting. It's a play that, more than any other play, really knows how to raise a ruckus. Once upon a time, 150 years ago, those monstrous and wonderful creatures who we thought were gone forever got hauled back up out of the ground in the form of a magic black liquid. They help people have all kinds of adventures, from the exciting to the catastrophic and everything in between. And then things started to get out of control, and more than just a little bit dangerous. Once upon a time, pretty recently, a woman who was really freaked out about all the problems those hauled up creatures have caused started writing a screenplay based on that old no-sex play. So it's January, not so long ago. New year, fresh start. And I have a grant to write a global warming version of Aristophanes' ruckus-raising sex farce, Lissa. It's a project I have been thinking about for years. Thing is, once I actually sit down, I can't concentrate enough to write, because I'm in a chronic, beefy panic over the fact that serious climate change is happening now. And while the whole point of this piece is to help save the world, I'm afraid it's already too late. Still, I guess I have two choices. Die now, or scarf some chocolate and just write something. Rule number one for writers is start with what you know. What do we know? I know that this is the story of the First Lady of the United States, Lissa Stratton, launching a nationwide sex strike to fight global warming. And I know I want it to be a big, splashy Hollywood comedy with Susan Sarandon as Lissa and George Clooney as the president, and have an epic, sweeping soundtrack by Howard Shore or John Williams, and be a major box office smash. And while we won't be advocating a real sex strike to fight the real global warming, because we don't believe in bedroom politics, because I don't want to deny myself the chance to sleep with George Clooney, the film will be hilarious and poignant and utterly magical, and launch a worldwide eco-revolution by convincing absolutely everyone who sees it that global warming isn't just an environmental issue, it's everyone's issue, and it's absolutely imperative that they drop everything and commit their lives to solving the problem, and they will. Now the tricky part, other than writing the screenplay for a film which could do all that, is that I am an obscure solo performance artist from Vermont. I don't know anyone in Hollywood, and the likelihood of me getting a screenplay written, sold, and produced to the level of revolution launching of which I dream is fairly slim. I mean, sure, it could happen. Anything's possible. But generally, these things take years. And years are what we don't have. Many things are melting, and we are running out of time. And then, I realized there is another way. A trail leading outside and around the box. is YouTube, a nifty new website that lets you broadcast yourself to the world. So what if I turn the screenplay into a one-woman show, which I know I can do, film it, and then post it on YouTube? And I can film you all, which means that more than just being an audience, you're co-stars. Not that you'll get a refund on your admission room. Now, I know you didn't sign up for this, so if you don't want to be in the film, then when I turn the camera on, just put your hands over your face. Duck behind your neighbor or something. Okay, so let's do a quickie intro for the folks watching at home. Hi, I'm Kathryn Blume, and I'll be doing most of the talking. But I'd like to welcome here to the theater on February 4th, 2007, Super Bowl Sunday, the audience. Okay. Say hi, everybody. Hi. Excellent. All right, now we can really get started. And since this is the story of Lissa Stratton, we'll start with her. Once upon a time, Lissa, hopefully played by Susan Sarandon, is on a global humanitarian tour of state when she gets unexpectedly diverted to Rio to give an address at an international climate conference. Callie, a climate conference? I thought this trip was about hugging orphans. Oh, she's here with her daughter Callie, who's also her personal assistant. Dreamcasting, Reese Witherspoon. Apparently, the American keynote speaker couldn't make it, and the White House wants you to give the speech instead. Oh, dang it, Callie. It's my birthday. I'm supposed to be celebrating with Jack in Paris tonight. Well, it looks like you can't make Paris anyway. Last minute meeting. Oh, yeah. Last minute meeting of the skirt or something. No, Mom. He's meeting with the energy secretary. Oh, Dick? Well, at least you know he's not meeting up that old skirt. That's one guy fell out of the ugly tree, hit every branch on the way down. And so off they go to Rio.
Ladies and gentlemen, delegates and guests, we hope you had a satisfying and ecologically responsible lunch. Nobody snuck out for shrimp, right? This afternoon's session will begin in 5 minutes. Our surprise guest, United States First Lady Lissa Stratton, will be speaking in the main ballroom. Once again,
Kelly, this is the speech they sent? This is what they want me to say? It doesn't say anything. Well, that's because Dad doesn't believe in global warming. Well, he doesn't believe in God either, but he still goes to church. And in the lobby of the conference.
Senhoras e senhores, convidados especiais e participantes. Esperamos que
So, Mrs. Stratton is speaking at 2? How much do you want to bet she's never even heard of global warming? Euros, dollars, or yen? I got some goats.
Senhora Lissa Stratton.
Why did I get sent here? I mean the big WY. I don't know anything about this stuff. My guess, this is an international conference, and you're extremely popular all around the world. Oh, so they sent someone who they think no one's going to get mad at, because they all like her, and they all know she doesn't know anything anyway. Plus, who's going to get mad at you on your birthday? Let me see if I got this right. The sum of this speech is that while we're pretty sure global warming's happening, we're not sure of the scale of the changes, the rate of change, how the changes work, or that people are actually causing it. And so we're generally behind reducing emissions, while still supporting our industries making the most money under the fewest regulations, and damn everyone else. And who is supposed to speak here? I'm not sure. I'll check. In the meantime, do the speech. I'll be fine. I've been on the campaign trail for years. Plenty of times I've known less and smiled more.